So Tesla bolted a tiny little camera onto the front bumper of the new Model Y, and somehow the entire internet lost its mind. Grown men who can't find their own car keys are suddenly convinced this 1-inch piece of glass is the difference between the car driving itself to Cabo and driving them into a ditch. People are out there treating a parking camera like it's the Ark of the Covenant. So today, we're going to find out what that little camera actually does and whether you're a genius for wanting it or just falling for the shiniest object in the room. Spoiler alert, it's one of these. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Okay, let me set the scene for you. You're shopping for a Tesla Model Y and you've heard about the new one, the refreshed, codenamed Juniper, because apparently Tesla ran naming through the same generator they used for unscented candles. And the big headline feature everybody's whispering about is this. There's a camera in the front bumper, right down low where the grill would be if electric cars had grills, which they don't because there's nothing to cool down there except your enthusiasm. And here's the thing. It sounds amazing, right? 8 cameras instead of 7, the latest and greatest. You look at the 2-year-old Model Y sitting there with a measly 7 cameras and you think, poor, blind, primitive animal, how does it even find its way home? And you start telling yourself the story. The story goes like this. Even if the computer's the same, even if the AI is the same, that extra eyeball, it's got to make full self-driving better, right? It's got to be a massive upgrade. That's the story. And that's what's living rent-free in your head. So let's go find out if it's true because I did the homework, so you don't have to, which, let's be honest, you weren't going to do it anyway. Let's start with what Tesla actually says this thing is for. Straight from the horse's mouth, or whatever end of the horse the marketing department lives in. Listen, the front bumper camera provides a wider field of view for parking and low-speed maneuvers. That's the job description. It's a backup camera that faces forward. It exists to see the one spot your car always is blind to, that little dead zone right in front of your bumper, down near the ground. Curbs, parking blocks, the neighbor's gnome, your kid's bike, a raccoon making poor life decisions, a roadkill squirrel. Because here's the fact that nobody tells you at the dealership. The cameras that actually drive the car, the ones that are doing the real work for self-driving, those have been behind the rearview mirror this whole time, up high, looking out at the road like a normal set of eyes. The bumper camera, it's not the brain, it's not even the eyes, it's more like the car's chin looking down to make sure it doesn't trip over a curb. That's the rule. It's a chin. Now, here's where it gets good. Here's the part the YouTube thumbnails with the red arrows don't tell you. For basically the entire life of this camera, all through self-driving version 13, the car didn't even use it to drive at all. It just sat there. A camera on your car doing nothing for self-driving except looking pretty and occasionally catching a bug. It was decorative. It was the appendix of cameras. I'm not exaggerating. There are guys with the brand new car who watch their Tesla try to self-park, ignore the fancy bumper camera completely, and curb check a fresh splitter into oblivion. Picture it. You paid for the extra eyeball. The eyeball is right there. The car parks like it's got both eyes closed and a learner's permit. That's not a feature. That's betrayal. So the obvious question, the one you actually came here for, is this. Would a 2024 Model Y, the one without the magic chin camera, do unsupervised full self-driving just as well? And for most of the last couple of years, the honest, boring, unclickbaity answer was yes. Identical hardware brain, same AI, same FSD. The 7 camera car and the 8 camera car were doing the exact same dance. You were paying a premium for a camera the car was actively ghosting. Now, credit where it's due. That changed recently. With FSD version 14, which rolled out late last year, Tesla finally flipped the switch and started actually using the bumper camera as real input. So if you've got one, the car will now glance at it, mostly for the close-up stuff. Tight parking, curbs, pulling out of a spot when there's a stroller or a shopping cart lurking down low. And if the camera gets gunk on it, the car will even nag you to clean it, like a tiny passive-aggressive roommate. There's even a little washer jet that sprays it clean, which is the most action that camera will ever see. So is it doing something now? Sure, a little, down low, in slow motion only. But, and this is the whole ballgame, here's the part that deteriorates the entire massive upgrade fantasy. The cars without the bumper camera still got FSD version 14, and they run it just fine. The 7 camera Model Ys, the Model 3s that never had one, they all got the big update. The bumper camera is a supplement where it exists, a nice little bonus for parking in tight spots, not a requirement to play the game. Your highway driving, your commute, the stuff you actually do 99% of the time, the bumper camera contributes basically nothing. It's a backup dancer. It's not the headliner. Let me give you the techie bit because somebody in the comments is sharpening their keyboard right now. The AI4 cameras Tesla's running are legitimately sharp. The front-facing ones jump to a resolution of around 2900 by 1800. Big, crisp, detailed. And that's fine because that's the camera doing the driving. The bumper camera's whole reason to exist got a lot more interesting when Tesla yanked out the ultrasonic parking sensors. You know, those little dots on the bumper that used to beep at you to save about $140 a piece. So now vision has to do the close range job those sensors used to do. And the bumper camera helps cover that low blind spot. Here's the translation. It's not a superpower, it's a patch. They took out the old beepy sensors and slapped a camera there to fill the hole. It's less leap into the future and more, we removed a thing and we replaced it with a different thing and charged you for the privilege. Now, is there a future angle here? Well, maybe. There's some chatter that if Tesla ever opens up its robotaxi fleet to regular owners, the cars with the bumper camera might be the ones allowed to join the club. Big might, big if. And here's the kicker. By the time that actually matters, the hardware brain in your car might already be obsolete. People are clutching this bumper camera like it's future-proofing them, while Tesla is already cooking up the next computer that'll make today's latest and greatest the automotive equivalent of a flip phone. You can't future-proof against a company whose entire business model is making you feel bad about the car you just bought 18 months ago. So let's bring this thing home. Here's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The front bumper camera on the new Model Y is genuinely a useful little gadget for parking, for curbs, while it self-parks. It's a chin camera. It's a totally fetch chin camera. But the fantasy, the one where the single camera transforms your car into a wildly better self-driving machine compared to the old one that doesn't have it, that's marketing fan fiction. For actual driving, the difference to most people ranges from tiny to you will never ever notice. If you're choosing between a clean 2-year-old Model Y for thousands or tens of thousands of dollars less and a new one purely because you're scared that the old one's self-driving will be worse, relax, it won't be. Buy the cheaper one. Take the money you saved and put it towards something that will actually change your life, like a vintage wooden Chris Craft boat. So now I need to know, would you pay thousands of dollars more just to get that bumper camera? Or do you think it's the most overhyped piece of glass since the screen protector that they try to sell you at the Apple store? So that's it. That's the truth. I hope this saved you from making a big, expensive decision today. Peter von Panda, out.